Alright, gang, it's your boy Nature, aka Nature. Alright, so we back for another video. Alright, so you already know, like every other game, we gotta win. So let's get started. Like I said, we're going over chart patterns right now. So we're just going to run through chart patterns, different type of chart patterns. Like there's different type of Japanese candlestick patterns. Alright, so there's different type of chart patterns too that you're going to see in this market. So I want y'all to get familiar with them. So, alright, so let's just start the video. So chart patterns, schematics. By now you have a lot of arsenals and weapons due to in your game to use when you're in a battle in the market. In this lesson, you will add yet another weapon, chart patterns. So think of chart patterns as a landmine detector, because once you finish this lesson, you'll be able to spot explosions on the chart before they even happen, potentially making a lot of money in the progress. Alright, so this is like the beginning. Before we like go over the chart patterns, we ran over a few already, but before we go over the rest of the chart patterns, this is the intro to to chart patterns, which you're going to what different type of chart patterns you're going to see. So chart patterns are like that funny feeling you get in your tummy right before you let out a fart explosion. Don't you wish you had a chart to detect these explosions? In this lesson, you will learn classic chart patterns and formations. When correctly identifying, it usually leads to an explosive breakout, so watch out. Remember, our goal is to spot big momentum before they happen, so that we can ride them fake outs and ride them breakouts and get hella cash. So after all, we're going to ride the breakouts, not the fake outs. After all, who doesn't want to have a pool of cash to swim in? Like rich chart formations will greatly help us spot conditions where price is ready to break out in a certain direction. Remember, this is all price action. All the things that you're seeing, from Japanese candlesticks to chart patterns, they're all price action. And what price, it shows you how price moves through these chart patterns and these Japanese candlesticks. It shows you the price action of the past, and so you can predict the future. Alright, so they can also indicate whether the price will continue in a current direction or reverse. So we'll also be devising some nifty trade strategy for these chart patterns. So we know some of them are continuation patterns and some of them are reversal patterns. And we went over a few chart patterns, and you're going to see which ones we went over at the end of this video. In a nutshell, chart patterns help you answer 3 questions. How do I find potential entry points in a rising or falling trend? How can chart patterns offer potential entry signals? And how do I know when to get out exit signals, either to take profit if the chart pattern works, or cut my losses if the chart pattern fails? So in this, don't worry. And before we get done, all these important chart patterns, you're going to know how to get in a trade, how to identify the trade, how to identify the signals for different chart patterns, when to get out the trade, your exit strategies. You want to know all of that. If the pattern is if it's a fake out, you're going to know that, and how to cut your losses and get back in the opposite direction, because you want to get back in the opposite direction. Why not? So don't worry. We'll give you a neat little cheat sheet to help you remember all these cool patterns and strategies. So here's a list of chart patterns that we're going to be covering: double top and double bottom, head and shoulders, and inverse head and shoulders, rising and falling wedges, bullish and bearish rectangles, bearish and bullish pennants, which we already ran over, and triangle symmetrics, ascending and descending triangles, which we went over. So we went over the last 2, bearish and bullish pennants, and triangle symmetric, ascending and descending, ascending and descending. So we're going to go over double tops and double bottoms, head and shoulders, and inverted head and shoulders, rising and falling wedges, and bullish and bearish rectangles, bearish and bullish pennants, triangle symmetrics, ascending and descending triangle symmetrics. Triangles. Symmetric is a little different. Ascending and descending, they're all different. We're going to go over that and discuss the rest of the important chart patterns. Alright, remember these are all chart patterns. You have Japanese candlestick patterns, single candlestick patterns, double candlestick patterns, triple candlestick patterns, and you also have different chart patterns too. So alright gang, I hope this helps. In the next video, we'll go over how to trade double tops and double bottoms. Another important chart pattern that we're going to go over. That's the first one we're going to go over. Alright, so gang, it's your boy Nature, aka Nature. Gang.